Hey y'all, it's actually quite a bit in the afternoon. This is what I felt up to making a video. So Rooster's gonna help out. So I'm standing in what is supposed to be my garden, and it's never been what I would call a successful garden. It's just a garden, and I dumped a lot of sweat and money in it last year, and got very little back for it. So I hesitate this year to do the same. Money wise, I won't dump money into it. I will plant what seeds I have, the seeds that I feel like are okay, that aren't real old. And I will not plant as many things as I did last year. Because even if the harvest does come in, it'll be more than I can use for just the two of us. And I've never been real great at canning, and with my digestion the way it is, I don't even know what I can eat without causing problems. So yesterday I had some energy, and I thought it was because I scaled back on my medication a little bit, didn't take it as prescribed. I slacked off one of the doses, and I didn't feel quite so sleepy, and I thought maybe, hey, I can do something. So I grabbed the tractor and I came in here where Carrie had dumped the sod that I told him to dump in here, that came out of this area by the back door that we're trying to get the water from running up against the house. And of course you can't plant with big old bunches of sod in the way. It's not the best dirt in the world. Like I said, I had added to it primarily, obviously, clay. There's still some roots in here, but and it's pretty hard. So like I said, I came in here with a wide tooth rake and I pulled up a bunch of sod that was in here, and looks like I still have some grass, very stubborn grass that won't come out, so I'm gonna have to get something in here to try to get that out. This was all garden fence that went to there and closed off, and it went all the way down to the end of the deck and went across and then closed off. That was all removed because that's where Carrie dug a hole and put scalder, which you watch pig scalding drama, you'll see that. So that hole's finally filled in with some of the dirt that came from over here too. And I came out and showed Carrie what I did, but since we don't have things moving the way they are for different reasons, when he was leveling over here, brought the dirt here, which probably has sod in it too, which looks very heavy. So for the most part, I asked him to pull any small rock that was still in here that he could really see, or sand, and fill his hole in down there, because obviously sand and rock isn't really conducive to growing in a garden, which I found out last year for sure, because nothing that I grew in here, even when all of this was all weeded, and I even used a tiller on it and added dirt, none of it produced anything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No asparagus, no squashes of any kind, nothing. I got nothing. Just a waste of seeds and time and water. So there's a lot of, because there was a pool here, there's a lot of this rock that was all the way around. There's a lot of sand that was in this area. There's lots of sand underneath the deck still. but that deck's going to be taken down, relocated. Some of it'll be used over there once a lot of things are done over there and a lot of money is spent over there whenever that happens. So I'm kind of on one of those roads of discouragement. I keep running through my head, all in God's timing. So I'm trying to decide, do I come out here with that hoe and with the space that he hasn't dumped a big old pile of dirt in and getting in the way of cutting and moving that, if that ever happens anytime soon during the gardening season. Do I hoe and make little mountains of dirt with the dirt I have? There should be some compost in here, but probably not near enough to do what it needs to. If I plant the seeds and just see what happens. If I get something out of it, then that's one less thing I have to buy at the store, which prices are high. If nothing grows, then my second year purchase on seeds is completely gone. And if I ever do get a garden, I'll have to invest in seeds. Obviously, we'll have to do something about closing this off to keep rabbits and the like out, if I do get something to grow. So, do I have water for this area? I have one water source, and that's up against the house, and a hose that is being shared to provide water for all the animals that are out here. And they would also obviously have to water the garden. So again, that's another issue. I have soaker hoses, which have always worked very badly, but maybe if I do it a little at a time and lay it out maybe a little smarter, maybe it'll happen. I'm not sure, but I guess it's better than sitting in the house and stewing about when, what if, and what should we do, and when should we do it, and how should we do it, and all of those things. So I am out here, and that is what I am going to do, I suppose. Maybe I'll run back in and grab the soaker hoses and kind of use them as my guide, and see what I can do. Idle hands, as they say. I'm gonna wait to gather eggs because my hens have been waiting till later in the day to lay their eggs for some reason. The sheep seem to be in the shade right now. Not planning on moving them, at least for another day. Could be two, actually. Tomorrow is, let's take a walk. Tomorrow's plan is to hopefully go get our car. That should be hopefully in good working order now. Don't even know how much it's going to cost for sure, but we have some left from what they gave us in the settlement when the truck was totaled. No hitch yet. We'd have to find somebody to install a hitch, and we'd have to buy the hitch, which is more money. But we haven't really decided about that either, I don't think. I know it's necessary because if we need anything with a trailer hitch, we have a little trailer. We're going to need that to be able to do that. So, again, like I'm sure, I don't know. So here are my silk roses. It seems really hot in here, guys. Are you okay? If your duck friends wouldn't have drowned the thermometer with their mess, then I'd know what the temperature is in here. What? No. You guys seem to be happy. These are the black ostrolops that I hatched out. They're going to be introduced into the clan up the hill. There's only 4 black ostrolops up there, and I don't have a male black ostrolop rooster, which I'm hoping one of these ends up being a male, so I can replace the rooster that we used to lovingly call Hawkeye. But he's been very brutal with the ostrolop girls, and he actually chased who we lovingly call Hot Lips. Just chased her. I don't know what his problem is with her. She doesn't look like she's been messed with at all. I've never seen him mate with her. It's almost like he is rejecting her. Part of me thought, because of something that happened the other day, and you can comment below if you know anything about this, part of me thought that maybe she was not a she, but I've had 5 eggs laid in a day in the nest box, and she doesn't have the appearance of a rooster, but they always don't get along over there in that particular group. No, she has not tried to mount another of the hens. In fact, she usually runs and hides all the time. Yesterday she was chased out right underneath a live wire. I managed to coax her back in with the old flock of Delawares, and I'm just going to go ahead and let her go in there and not worry about it, see what happens. And not 2 minutes after I did that, she went over to the bowl to try to eat with the other hens, because they used to be all together in one flock. But once they matured and started laying, I want those pure Delaware chickens because of the dual purposeness of them. And the Delaware rooster just laid into her like she was another rooster. The other hens, a couple of them played in a little bit on it, but they were more interested in eating their food. They really could care less if she was there. But he did. And at some point, I think somebody drew blood, but I don't know. Nobody seems to be hurt. But it was outright just what I would call a cockfight. I was able to draw him off of the hen. I'll show her to you. We'll walk up there with you. And I just picked her up and I put her back in with the other flock. I said, well, it's better to be chased around than it is to be attacked brutally. So, and I need that rooster to be intact and be healthy in order to maybe make a little bit of money or at least make a little trade with some folks to get other animals that we would like to raise on our farm this year. So here's the little duckies who aren't so little anymore. You aren't so little anymore. They make a big giant mess. They love to play in the water. I still have a heat lamp on just because it's on. I have a fan going in here because this is called the hot house in the summertime. And they have a heat plate, and if they want to go under it, they can. They seem to sit on top of it more than under it. I'm looking forward to moving the ducks outside on grass because this is a really big mess. And I don't know, next week is going to be hatch week for the Delawares that are inside in the incubator. And I have someone who's going to be picking them up, but I don't know exactly what day they'll be able to. They're in Summertown, so I may need to have a place to house them that's clean. And I don't know if I want to put them in with a little bit older chicks. That might be a problem. So, anyway, that is that. Let's grab the soak hose. And I think I'm not mistaken, I have the staples, which always rust and don't always really work to keep things laying down where they should be. But there you go. Oh yeah, forgot to tell you. I don't even know if you can see it. We bought this automatic pig feeder deal here. The price tag still on it. Thinking it was going to be a great idea when we ran our pigs last year, and they were just, I think they got too much feed. So we're going to control the feed this year, if we're able to get feed. So this is going to be available. Obviously it's been used, so it's not going to be that price. We paid $269.99 for it, but it's sitting in here, and there's no point in it if we're not going to use it. It needs to go. So just to let you know about that. What you got? What you got? What you got? You finally got a mouse? You doing your job? Probably not. Probably not. You're probably just getting covered in poison ivy so that it will touch you, and then we'll have a problem. And then I pulled this out too. This was left on the property. A lot of people sit these things out. This is in pretty bad shape. I personally, my feeling is it needs to go to the dump. What Carrie's feeling will be, I don't know. But just getting buried in leaves and poison ivy and all kinds of mess. So we'll see what he says. Oh, here, while we're here, my basil's doing good. My peppers, some are better than others. This is our solution because we had no place to put the starts, and I lost so many. Look like they're getting too much sun. I don't know. Some are dying, some are not. Trying not to take it to heart. These were supposed to be vining tomatoes, but they sure aren't vining. It's what it is. Alright, let's drop this off at the garden area. And the dogs are sitting here going, I want to go in. You're a dog. Be a dog. They have such a hard time understanding that they're dogs and they're supposed to be dogs. Too many years inside a house. No property. Then you let them out on the property and then they run away and get into mischiefs and cause the neighbors all kinds of ruckus. So we're not going to do that. So, let's take a walk up here. Gosh, the pasture looks so good. Lots of flowers. Hopefully, some of them they do eat. Hi guys. Don't worry, I'm not coming to take your egg jacks. I know you're busy doing that. I might throw you a little feed if you're nice to me. This. That right there. There's a rooster right there. For the dollars. Well, you may look at your foot. Looks fine to me. Looks fine to me. And we just decided stationary. We're just gonna go stationary because it's easier for me to manage. And we got some mulch from a neighbor. Yeah? And then this is Mr. Hawkeye. He has serious testosterone issues. And that's Hot Lips. And she's the one that's always getting rejected. And then there's all the black ostrolops. I hatched these black ostrolops out actually myself last time. But you can see their backs. I know that's not unusual. But it's not preferable. And then they were in the smaller tractor. You want me to throw you some feed so you can scratch? I got the pig shelter out here, so I decided to just put the feed under here, sheltered. Now, hopefully this is gonna blow back in my face. You're not interested in that at all. Are you guys like even? You guys still have feed in your bowl? They look so much smaller than the Delawares, probably because they're not a dual-purpose breed. I usually get what I'm supposed to get every single day from them, but we'll see. These are persimmon trees. I trimmed them. Carrie was supposed to trim these 2 branches off, but he never did, so we'll see what happens. And I never did get around to fertilizing them. So, yeah, such as it is. Such as it is. I did see there was a bloom on one of them, or something that looked like it might have been fruit coming on. Yeah, right there, see? I have never eaten a persimmon in my life. And the ones that were on it before we trimmed it were rock hard, and they didn't get any bigger than like that. So, there you go. Anyway, looks like there's some eggs in there, but we'll wait. We shall wait. Got to get our tractor fixed for the ducklings. Justin says if it's warm enough, put them outside. Couple weeks, they're a couple weeks old, warm enough, put them outside. So what's warm enough? And what's overnight warm enough? And plus, so it changes from week to week. So it's possible to move it down closer to where electricity is. That's our other wonderful issue. So we don't have electricity, you know, except for right up against the house or the barn or the shed. That's it. Now, if I want to light it up, like I need something to light up, I got a wire going all the way around. But you can't really do that with a lamp. If there is something like that out there, please let me know where to find it. The power that'll regulate that power and downgrade it so you could use it for a lamp, for a heat lamp. That would be awesome. But at this point, I don't think you want 10,000 volt heat lamp pointing down at your chickens. That's called broil. So that was meant to be funny. Probably wasn't, I know. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it here and see how this goes. Not sure how long I'll be out. It's late in the afternoon, but it's nice and breezy, and I just figured I'd turn on some Christian music and spend some time with God out here in this garden. So I hope you're having a wonderful day, and take care of yourselves, and God bless.